Our laws, as it pertains to substances, are draconian and bizarre. The psychopaths start this way. He was an alcoholic because of social media and pornography, PTSD, love addiction, fentanyl and heroin. Ridiculous. I'm a doctor, for sake. Where the hell do you think I learned that? I'm just saying, you go to treatment before you kill people. I am a clinician. I observe things about these chemicals. Let's just deal with what's real. We used to get these calls on Lifeline all the time. Educate adolescents and to prevent and to treat. If you have trouble you can't stop and you want to help stop it, I can help. I got a lot to say. I got a lot more to say.
And welcome, everyone. I apologize for my voice. I woke up like this. I feel fine. I'm not congested, but I woke up hoarse. So for whatever that's worth, here we are today. But as that intro says, I have a lot to say, I have a lot more to say, but I want to talk to somebody who has even more to say.
If you can talk.
If I'm able to project my voice sufficiently.
Oh, my God.
I know it's a show we're looking forward to, so I am not going to.
Yeah, we're so thankful that Tom Cigars and Casey Gates set up this fabulous booking today.
That's right. It is the one and only Robert Paul Champagne. Robert, say hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
There is Robert Paul Champagne. Okay. Robert, I have so many. First of all, it's good. It's great to hear your voice. I haven't really had any contact with you since the live show at your mom's house about a year ago, right?
Oh, that time you came here, this place was a mess.
Oh, there was that. There was the time I toured your house, but then I also, if you remember, they did a live show where they had you in a hotel room. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was the last time I talked to you. But what I'm more interested in, in how your life has changed, or has it changed, as a result of being a fixture on your mom's house for so long. You were an original video that they became fascinated with, and then a person of fascination for them. Has it changed your life?
Yeah, but now whole trouble is that I meet people on Instagram. They all think sex. I said, I'm more than sex. People, I got a brain. Get in your head, okay? I got a brain. I can think.
No, I know that about you. You're a smart guy, and you're an interesting guy. But they're what? Are they just? They're just wanting to do sort of an OnlyFans thing with you, or are they?
Yeah, but I had an OnlyFans thing, but there was a guy who was Blake, and he was a fraud, and he ran everything money.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. So let's talk about your day in, day out life. I have a chat going where people are reacting to things you're saying, and I'll try to see if they have any questions as well.
Okay.
And by the way, they're saying RPC is a sweetheart. See, they like you. That is the consensus on my thread. So that's good news. So everybody who's just coming onto the stream, do not worry about my voice. It's
we
just
have very positive people.
I just woke up like this.
I know. He didn't tell me either.
No, I was speaking like this morning. You just didn't notice it. I was sort of shocked. And I was like, okay, shouldn't care.
I was a little preoccupied.
It's all good. This is a proof of your ADD. So Robert,
excuse me.
What?
I was a little busy this morning.
To be fair, by the way,
damage control.
Speaking of your mom's house, Susan is going to be a guest coming up. A double guest.
Yeah, if we make it there, you can't have COVID.
I'm not going to be COVID. Don't you worry about that. Robert, what do you do in your average day? You said you went shopping in the morning. Is that right?
I go shopping like in the morning. I go to I don't go to cheap supermarkets. I go to good supermarkets when nobody's around. I go during the day when I sleep. I don't like a crowd around me for some reason. I don't know.
Don't like crowds around you. I'm with you. I don't like crowds. I'm the exact same way for sure. But you used to perform for crowds, didn't you, in Coney Island?
Yeah, but I stopped doing it when we got a little problem there. And
what happened? What was
I went up to the manager, the owner of the not the boardwalk, of the karaoke. And I said, I would like to get paid for what I'm doing. Well, I'm not going to pay you. I said, well, fuck you. There's no more entertainment. That's it.
Got it. Done. I get it. They were getting all that talent, and they were driving the benefit, attracting audience, and you get nothing.
I got nothing, and I walked away.
See, Robert's a smart dude. RPC. So your day now, you go shopping in the morning. Is that sort of grocery shopping?
I do grocery shopping, and then I go out. And sometimes, I go in the afternoon, I'll go to 34th, and I pick up jewelry and things like that. Then I have fans that I know. I send packages out to people, and I'll talk to them. Then at the end of the month, I go to the post office and I mail a lot of packages out.
So you're way up in the Upper
love this guy.
So Robert's way up in the Upper East Side, right? You're sort of kind of East Side. You're sort of in the middle of the island. And I've been to your neighborhood. There's not a lot of places to shop there. Is there a Gristedes or something in that neighborhood?
I go to Whole Foods.
Wow.
And I go to another place. Food City was not cheap, actually. It's quite expensive.
Well,
Then I go to
Whole Foods.
Then I go to this other place, but I don't go to a cheap supermarket. I can eat cheap food.
Well, wait, to what?
I can't eat food that's cheap. I can't. It's horrible
That's
to me.
right.
I understand.
That's right.
Do you bring it home or do you eat it out?
No, I bring it home. I put it in the refrigerator, and I've been eating I had a trainer coming over,
Okay.
and he's got me on all health food. There's no like you see all those cakes. There's no more of that. You see salads, you see yogurt.
Well, now hold on, slow down. You said you have a trainer now, and he's watching your diet, right?
Yeah, and he has it work, and he comes every other Friday, and we go up and down the stairs, and we go jog, and he's
Okay, Robert, that was
cake.
one of my great concerns for you. Your kitchen was filled with cakes and cupcakes and donuts, and did you get rid of all that?
Well, I looked at it one day. I said, "That's it." I said, "Toss this shit out." Like, I'm just getting more depressed with that food. All the garbage. But he gave me all health food. So
Good. That is really big news. I have to tell you, because that was one of my gravest concerns for you, was that stack of carbohydrates and sugars that was in your kitchen. I didn't see anything else except cake.
Well, that's. I see my mother. Actually, my mom passed away around today, and I was kind of depressed. And I started eating a cake with sugar. I would get high, but I was getting sicker. That's not working now, so we had to break that out. But
Huh. Well, I'm just glad you have a trainer now, and you're working on things, and you're adjusting your diet, and you're going to Whole Foods, which is, we have to do some sort of. You need to post a video of you shopping at Whole Foods. I think that'd be fantastic. Come on.
I have to work a better. I have to work a better phone I could take out. I'm going to videotape. I don't. You can't videotape in stores. We have to put in a shopping cart.
Yeah, you can. I bet you can. As long as you're taking a selfie of yourself.
You can do
as
Instagram Live.
Yeah, as you're going through that yourself, just, what's the big deal? Well, all right. So you're out, you're shopping. How are your evenings these days? What do you do in the evenings?
I sit home and I try to be creative on my Instagram and Facebook. I just do a hello, goodbye to people in that basically. That's all. Then I go to my Instagram. I have to get into YouTube because someone stole my YouTube and got rid of it, deleted it. I don't know what happened to it.
I'm not sure what you mean by that. So you just can't use your YouTube right now, right?
No, I have two YouTubes I got now, but I had another one I would try to get on. I was going to take a video off it, and someone stole it.
No, they probably canceled it. The YouTube censors everybody. We even got censored, so don't feel bad.
Well, where was Lucifer's Laird? Was that on YouTube?
Well, it was on, but I wasn't showing it because I had it wasn't using it. I had an agent named Blake, and I think Blake took it for his account, and so it's going out. But I have two other ones I can't get on, but they're not porn. They're like medical and crazy stuff on it.
All right, so I'm looking at some of the questions that my listeners, my viewers have, and they want to know, what are your favorite TV shows?
My favorite TV shows, I like cop shows. I don't know, for some cop stories and medical, all kind of medical and cop stories, and I like drama.
Is there any particular cop show, like, what's the one, the Blues, the Blue Bloods, something like that?
I like that. That's okay, but I like SWAT.
SWAT.
Yeah.
Do you like Live PD? Did you ever watch that?
I look at some of them. I try to go back and forth.
So you like a lot of different, you like a range of different cop shows. Did you see the Tiger King documentary?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Well, I could take or leave him.
I talk, he has prostate cancer now, and so I talked to him about his cancer, try to get him sort of educated on what he needs to do. He's not happy in prison, and I can't say I blame him.
Well, I guess he wouldn't be.
Right. Have you ever been in jail or prison? Uh-oh.
We lost him.
Oh, no. Susan, come on. What do we do?
He'll come back.
Is it him or is it us?
It's him. He hit the button. He probably hit the mute button or the.
You have no longer any phone service. Do you have the Wi-Fi?
No service?
No service. Do you have the Wi-Fi calling here?
What fuck?
Do you have the Wi-Fi calling?
Yes, it was working a minute ago. All right, let me call him back. We can plug my phone in.
All right. Hold on 1 second while we deal.
I'll call him on this phone and then we can plug it in. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. 1 second. I don't know why you don't have Wi-Fi calling on this thing.
Shit, I need that number though. Can you? Oh wait.
Meanwhile, while we wait for him, let's all wish Susan a very happy birthday with my
That's
animation.
right. It is Susan Pinsky's birthday. Well done. Look at the big happy birthday.
Still in my fucking pajamas.
She's in her pajamas still because she's been.
As she should be.
Yeah.
It's her birthday.
Okay. All right. Well, she's been dealing with it. We've had a leaky pipe that has flooded our house and literally shut down a whole end of our life. And we can't use our showers. We can't use our kitchen. It's a big mess. So when Susan and I, there was a famous Seinfeld episode where he kept noticing that when he had a bad day, George would have a good day. It's like, you have a good day, I have a bad day. And so she and I have noticed that is the pattern our life definitely follows.
That's okay.
All right, Robert, you're back. So here we go. So you were talking to me about TV shows and the Tiger King, and I told you that he has prostate cancer. I was asking you, have you ever been in jail or prison?
Nope.
Yeah.
Good. That's good.
No, never. I just feel bad for them because I just think some of them, if they didn't really, well, if they did a crime, but how am I going to put it? If they did a crime, they're trying to be if they did the crime, I'm trying to take care of their ways and be a decent person, then they're trying to get the benefit of the doubt, okay?
It's hard to hear some of what you say. Keep the phone closer to your mouth.
Okay.
There you go. Much better. Much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they did the crime, okay, but if they're trying to be a better person, they try to get a benefit of the doubt.
So you feel that penitentiaries, they the name penitentiary was sort of I'm not sure if it was coined in this country, but perfected here as a place where you pay penitence and you rehabilitate. And we've sort of lost that, haven't we?
We lost a lot of things.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot.
What do you think about the last couple of years we've been through? I mean, it's been sort of extraordinary. When I came to visit you, I don't think we'd ever heard of COVID before.
Well, I have a feeling this is gonna be a bad year again. It's gonna be around. It's gonna be all close up again. The same thing's gonna happen again. You know what?
I hope you're wrong. Do you tend to be true in your instincts about the future? Do you tend to be right?
I'm generally right about. I'm a good prediction. I was telling people they want to go to New Year's. They want to go to Times Square. I said, I really wouldn't do that if I was you. I'd be very scared to go in a crowd now. I'd be panicky. No.
Understood. Outside, it's not so bad, but I understand. Or do you have friends? And
Especially with COVID.
Do you have people that visit you, or is all your friends sort of through the screen, through social media?
No.
Uh-oh.
He keeps hitting the button.
Robert?
He probably muted himself.
Robert, you maybe muted yourself.
God bless him. Hey, he made it this far through the conversation.
I know, it's been great. It's awesome.
Technology is not his forte, so just so you guys know. We tried Zoom. We tried everything. Did it hang up?
It didn't hang up.
All right.
But I don't seem connected. I feel like it's going to hang up. Do you want to?
Yeah, he probably hit the mute button or something because he went.
Let me try again.
He probably hit his face with it. Maybe he should go back on the.
Let's see what we get here. This is high tech stuff, man.
No,
There we go. So what were you saying about where you're?
No, I got somebody bugging me on the phone, but I have to report them in. I got a stalker.
I hate
You
that.
do?
Yeah.
And where is it? Do you know who it is or where he is?
His name is. He's calling us up while he's champagne. He's stalking me. He's getting to be annoying, but that's okay. Don't worry.
Well, one of the things I learned about you, Robert, is you drive great joy. You drive great joy by entertaining people. Right?
I've been trying. Well, I could do comedy, but I got to be careful what I put on the line. You know.
Right. But your entertainment has always been putting on costumes and being very sexual on certain websites and things. Are you still doing that stuff?
I do a little of it. Then I do it. Sometimes I do the sexy thing, and sometimes I do with the costumes, with the musical numbers, and kid around with people and talk about silly things. So they had bad days and get them over. It's like, things are gonna get better. I try to cheer them up.
Can you sing?
Oh, I can sing. Yeah.
Oh, I want to hear that.
Would you ever go back to Coney Island? Because Tom and I have both talked about the possibility of the three of us going down to Coney Island to see your show.
Oh, no.
No more?
I had a big fight with some of those people. I was there, and this one woman didn't like it. They were gossiping about it. So I got kind of pissed off, and they tried to attack me, and I didn't go back to them anymore.
All right, so you're not willing to do it was sort of a drag show, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't a direct show, no.
What was it?
It was calling. Hello? Hello? Okay, okay. Pay no mind to them. No, it was a thing I didn't want to go. I walked away from it. I said no more.
Hey, Robert, here's what I want you to do. I want you to educate my listeners about a little bit about the history of New York City. Because for whatever reason, the video that your mom's house put together did not include this piece of history that you taught me that I thought was rather fascinating, which was about the leather scene in New York City in the 70s.
Oh, the leather scene. Well, if you were into leather, and you could be gay or bi, right?
Okay.
There was no such thing as drag queens or trans. That was unheard of.
Okay.
You had to be either macho or you had to be a woman, a dominatrix, and that's all you had to be. That was a rule then.
And do you think that kind of dialectical, that kind of sort of binary, made everybody happy? Is it better now when there's a bigger spectrum?
I think it's better today than it was years ago. It's a little too strict then. And people weren't too happy then,
Yeah, and I also people had to hide back then, didn't they?
Well, you had to be a little careful when you went on the street how you acted. Walked around,
Were you ever the subject of any aggression or violence or?
I never had problems, but I had a friend, and he used to walk around swaying in the street. I said, "Don't sway." I said, "They're going to beat the hell out of you." I said, "I'm walking like a tiger cat in the street with a leather hat, smoking cigars. No one's going to fuck me. They're going to fuck with you. They have to defect you. Have to help you out."
I think I understand what you said, Susan. Did you get that?
No.
So he's saying, I think you said he was more of a tough guy in the streets, right?
Yeah.
You had leather, but you looked tough, right?
I was more tough, and my friend was very inflamed. He got swaying. And he said, "Oh, look, look, we're going past the neighborhood. You're in a pier. Be careful."
Yeah, you didn't want to look
So
like
if
that.
if you were more effeminate, you were more likely to get singled out, right?
Yeah, if you were tough, you were pretty sick. No one's gonna fuck with you.
That's happening now too.
Oh yeah, of
it's
course.
happening again. That's what it felt like during COVID because they were really going after that.
It never stopped. But,
yeah, maybe not. We just didn't notice.
But
it.
Robert, one of the things that you became famous for at your mom's house was sort of liking to be around super machismo, actually physically abusive guys. Is that something you're into?
I don't think abusive, but I like guys who know what they want. I know what I want, and I don't like the love part. Because when people say fall in love with me, I get really bored of them.
Have you had a boyfriend in recent years?
No, I had him 5 years. I got rid of him.
Have you? Who was that now?
Robert Fowler. He was working in Access Equity. He was a finance person.
And he was your boyfriend?
And I got rid of him because I couldn't take him.
What was the problem?
Too ownership, and he was dressing like some old man with old man shoes and clothes and horrible things. Don't wear this, don't wear that. Look, I want to be me, you be you. I don't want to be you. I want to be who I am.
See, Susan, RPC is just like you. He cannot tolerate the sort of Larry David look. He cannot take it. No. Yeah, Susan, I made her sit through a couple of Larry David episodes, and I think it changed her.
Yeah, I don't like that show.
And
it gives me anxiety. I guess it just makes me anxious when people like yell at each other and call each other names and do weird stuff like that. It makes me uncomfortable.
So we have a gentleman who is with us every day, and he was very instrumental in getting you set up for this show. His screen name is Tom's Cigars, and he wants to know, what kind of cigars were you smoking?
I smoke Dutch Masters.
Is that still what you smoke?
Dutch Masters, yes.
Still, so you can get them at the like the, what do you guys call it? The package store or the magazine shop outside?
I get them from a delicatessen, and he's a Arabian guy. I get him from.
And so again, I've seen your neighborhood. I can picture it vividly. What is that? What street is that goes right by the apartments where you guys are? The big one.
Oh my God! I never look at my streets. My Lord, I don't look at the streets.
It's like it's sort of Harlem, right? You're sort of near Harlem, or you? Yeah,
it's Harlem, yeah.
It's Harlem, yeah.
Yeah, but I never look at the streets. Well, it's 123rd. That's all I know.
No, that's the cross streets. But you have a big boulevard. It's one of the big Harlem boulevards. And anyway, I can picture all the stores along that street. Do they all know you there?
Everyone knows me because when I go in a store, that's when every time I go in there, what do you want? I get things. I mail things out, and I put them. I try to tell people, and I also advertise the stores when I buy their things, so people go in the stores to buy.
But I want to go back to how your mom's house has changed your life. Do those people like in your neighborhood know about your newfound attention in your mom's house world?
Oh yeah, they knew about me. They do. And when I had money, but I had enough. I think it was warm out. I bought them. It was fall around warm. I bought them all ice cream on for the door. So I went to ice cream truck. Not to buy the truck, but I bought the ice cream. I just them. Oh, ice cream cones. I said, okay, it was hot. I felt bad, and it was warm out with hell. Oh.
I'm not sure I followed all that. Susan, do you have any questions for Robert? I know you've done a lot of work getting him set up here, and you've been to your mom's house many times yourself and seen many of his videos.
There was a video that was taken of you walking around that Casey sent, and Caleb was gonna of
RPC
show it. It's kind of long.
Of Robert walking around?
No, you going to his apartment and just sort of. He's got. I guess I don't know where to find that.
No,
Casey,
that's your mom's house thing. Don't repost that. That's theirs.
But they were using it for a promo for something.
That's fine. You can use a little piece of it. But that was when I went to Robert's house and met him, and we sat down and chatted for a long time.
I know.
And I actually got to wear. They did not yet show this piece, but I got to wear some of his costumes.
I don't know if Casey has the rights to.
Oh, that's his apartment.
Yeah.
This is apartment. So let's. No, let's.
There's no sound.
No, let's not go in because that's your mom's house stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know where they got it.
That's me visiting Robert's house. It was cold. It was winter. It was nasty. It was raining.
I know. We have to be careful because we don't know if we have the.
But
it's
Robert,
on your show, right?
Robert,
is it on your show or your mom's house?
No, it's a special on your mom's house.
Oh, okay.
And Robert very kindly welcomed us in and sat down and chatted for a while and learned a lot about him and about his history. One of the things that jumped out was how your mom exposed you to pornography when you were a little kid.
Well, she want me. My mom was very liberal. She didn't want me to be stupid. She said, I want you to be smart. So when you go out there, you know what you're doing, not be an idiot. I said, okay, Mom, I learned. She taught me how to be smart,
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
And you were living in Manhattan then, right? Where's Long Island? Did you lived part of your time?
No. My mother lived in was called the Berkeley Hotel, and she worked as a nurse. My father was a chauffeur, and I had a nanny. My mother wasn't home with me.
Fantastic. And the nanny, the relationship with the nanny was good?
Yeah, she's a black. I think her name was Marie. Yeah, Marie. And she took me everywhere because that's all I knew. That's the only thing my mother did. Well, I was on a date.
And there were a lot of interesting ideas in the 60s and 70s. And I can see where somebody could have thought it was a good idea to expose a child to. It wasn't just pornography. It was like the Penthouse Forum, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. And actually, me and my mom, well, we used to go to Company. You have a Company bar on 30th Avenue?
Where is it?
It was called Company Bar on 30th Avenue.
On 3rd Avenue? How far down?
120.
Okay. All right. So it's right near where you are now. Okay.
No, 24th Street.
Oh, way down.
24th.
Way downtown.
24th.
All right, way downtown.
30th,
Yeah,
around 3rd. And my mother and I, we used to sit and write pornography, and we used to give it to people and they used to read it. We used to write it together.
Well, and that part of town in those days, that was an interesting part of town back then, right? I mean, there was a lot of prostitution, there was a lot of drug running, wasn't there?
Well, no, not going to 30th Avenue, not going where the company is. No.
So not all the way over there. So maybe more towards towards the center.
It was kind of. If you ever watched Dynasty, they were like that. People very stuffy with all the money and restaurants and everything like that, you know.
Oh, so New Yorkers, highbrow New Yorkers, and you would share your pornography with the who was it, the Astors? You would give the Astors your pornographic scripts.
Well, we'd give them to people. I used to read them, and we had birthday parties to people. We were like, I don't know. We kind of fit in somehow.
Were you entertaining or were you guests?
No, we entertained. We had birthday cakes for them. We had we hired people to perform, to sing and dance for them. We did everything. My mother was kind of adventurous. Okay.
I get that. I'm a little confused though. She was a nurse, like an RN or like a private duty nurse. Yeah, and she was a nurse and she set up shows on the Lower East Side?
She was a nurse a long time ago, but then she became an agent for a building in Missoula.
And then what about these shows? How did that get into everything?
We just did it. Yeah.
But I mean, was she somebody that's represented people or set up shows or what did she do?
No, we just get a cab and go to 3rd Avenue and just all the people around here.
Very interesting. Susan, questions from you so I can rest my voice for a second? I know.
I wanted to thank Kostadin Hazdebano for the 100 Macedonian dinars.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
Thank you, Robert. You just made me $18.
Oh, that's good.
And they were and they were showing some of Robert's. Caleb was showing some of Robert's costumes and characters and stuff. So you've retired a lot of the costumes, huh? You've retired the characters.
I have offers that come to them, but now they're copying them. So I got to make sure I get a license on them. I got to make sure I can't copy the rights. I can't copy them because everyone's copying them.
And how are your birds?
All they're fresh as hell. I mean. I go in a room, they walk at me, and they're old. I can feed them, but I go touch them. Oh, no. It's the hell I feed me and get out, you know?
And how many are there in that cage?
There's 2.
2. And that's sort of your costume room, right?
I got costumes in here, and I got costumes in here, but I'm trying to get some new ones. I'm trying to work with Casey. He wants me to design baseball caps. So rhinestones. We're trying to get
interesting. And there's a mouse also as well as birds.
I got a mouse. Yeah, I call him Brownie, and he is from China. He is a mink mouse.
What kind? What kind?
He's a mink.
Mink.
Mouse. He's a mink. He feels like mink.
Where did you get him?
Got him from Petco.
Petco. And there is a Petco in your neighborhood.
And the birds don't want to eat it?
No, he's a Petco. There's a Petco around. Where? He's a pedigree.
Oh wow!
So the birds are parakeets. They're not a challenge to the mouse.
Oh okay.
Yeah, they're not hawks or something.
The parakeets are not friendly. They're very unfriendly.
Yeah,
they're not hawks.
Cuddly.
You're not going to eat the mouse.
No, they're not very friendly.
They always flew away though.
All right, here comes some questions for you. I want to know. What? Oh.
What?
Wait a minute. All right, they want to know, you asked for criminals to come visit you. Do you pay them? The people are asking?
No, I have them come here, and I just see what they like. I mean, but they can't mug you. Don't worry. I got something with protection. Don't worry. I'm very protective.
You're very protective. Okay.
I carry something in the house. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, I used to worry about you, and when I first saw your video, I'm like, what is going to happen to this poor guy? And I since learned that there's a lot of theater in what you do, right?
Yeah. But I know a cop that I know. And he actually gave me. I got a license for it. I keep it. I do have a 45 in my room. So in case somebody tries to rob me, they're in trouble.
All right. How does he afford? Oh, they want to know how you support yourself.
I get active equity, right?
I did not know
Hello?
that. Where did that come from? How did you get that?
I get active equity, and I used to perform a lot. Okay,
Tell me more about that. Where did you perform?
I done cabarets and things like that. And before they did Moulin Rouge, we did it with the rest of us, and they had the Hydrolyte Cafe.
What part of town were you in when you did the cabarets?
Broadway.
So the cabarets on Broadway. And what kind of show would you put on?
All kind of musical numbers from cabaret, Hello Dolly, all kind of crazy songs that popped up and pop songs. And
So there's one place like that still sits there. What's that place? Mama's or something? Don't Tell Mama. Do you know that place, Robert?
yes, sir.
I love that place.
Did you ever perform there?
No, the only time I went to the village, did anything in the village, well, it's not there anymore, was Boots and Saddles, but that's gone.
Interesting. So Actors Equity still gives you a fund. What? Any other sources of income?
And I make that, and then I generally, I've been trying to advertise things, so I've been advertising this, little products in these stores, like this beauty products I advertise, and they've been helping out with in between. It's not a lot of money, but it's a small store, but they pay a little bit. I advertise with their little jewelry or what they got in there, and also the 99-cent store have been helping out.
So a lot of your stuff is online. You try to monetize online, I guess. And they're asking favorite new band or song.
I don't really have a song I really care for.
Okay. When you were performing, did you have a favorite?
Oh, my favorite song was Cabaret.
I want to go to Don't Tell Mama with him. So, did you go to Studio 54?
I did go, yes.
Do you have any good stories?
I went, okay, I could say it. I went with Cher, Liza Minnelli, Whoopi Goldberg, and we used to go, you know how that private room they have with the champagne and everything, the VIP room?
Yeah.
And we used to go there, and I remember, and Whoopi, and then, I was no angel, and cocaine and champagne, and go on a dance floor, who would care?
And yeah, there was a lot of drugs at that.
Yeah, we know.
In 254, and poor.
Those are the days.
And I believe Whoopi's been sober for a long, long time, but back then.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's really funny. I was cleaning out the Christmas stuff or organizing it, and Whoopi Goldberg gave you a Shanghai Tang photo album that I've been kicking around.
Me?
Whoopi Goldberg, yeah.
Gave me a photo album?
Yeah, she did. I remember we got the gift, and I was like, what am I going to do with this? Because I'm not really good at like scrapbooking or whatever, but I've had it for like 20 years. I don't know. I guess you were on The View and you guys were friends or something.
Yeah.
And I gave it to Paulina today, and I said, hey, can you put something together with this? And she was like, oh my God, that's so cool. And I said, Whoopi Goldberg gave it to us. And she goes, what? What? She goes, I'm going to tweet it. So anyways, that's a weird coincidence.
They want to know if you saw Roy Cohn at Studio 54.
No. Not him.
Saka Souffle, guys. Thank you.
I never got that from him. No.
Do you have they're asking lots of interesting questions of you. They're fascinated by you, as am I. They want to know if you have a religious orientation. Did you practice a religion? Do you? What are your beliefs that way?
My mother was, here's what happened. My mother was Catholic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Catholic. So she raised me as Catholic, but I couldn't go, when I went to a catechism, I failed.
What happened?
I didn't believe a thing they said to me.
Okay. So that was your end of your Catholicism?
And then I met somebody, I met somebody with teens. And actually the Church of Lucifer, a Satan, and I met a priestess, and she gave me to that thing, and she told me how to pray, and it's been working.
So you're a spiritual person, you're just not connected to a specific religion.
No, I do a Church of Lucifer, Church of Satan, but we don't. No, everyone thinks you just Satan, you do witchcraft. But no, you don't do that. Okay, you do your candles like Lucifer, you light, you pray, and you go to mass. You have a high priest and a priestess, and you go every You have your certain Sabbaths, and we don't hurt animals or kill people. We just believe in Earth. Okay, that's it.
So you packed a lot into that. So it is the Church of Lucifer. Is that right?
It's like the Grand Illuminati.
Say it again.
It's like the Grand Illuminati, like the grand thing that if you go into with the that's the what it goes to.
And I know that people that have, Santeria and that kind of stuff do talk a lot about grounding themselves in the earth. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep. We worship the earth, and we ask for things. We can ask for stuff, but we don't demand. It's nice for them. We just take care, and we just believe in power and knowledge. The Catholic Church didn't have that.
Got it. Somebody's asking Susan if I will ever reunite with Warren the Ape. I would happily do that.
Oh my God, that was such a cool show.
That was so much fun.
It was before its time.
Yeah, and it was on the wrong network too. It should have been on Comedy Central.
We're still getting like 25-cent residuals for it. Yeah,
funny. That's very funny.
Or is that the 1 cent? I get like 10 1-cent
That's funny.
residuals.
But back to the Lucifer Church. I've seen your altar right right off your living room,
right,
you're right. There are candles and there's skeletons and things there, but it feels like a place that you would need other people to sort of practice it with you. Do you have people that show up, or do you go somewhere, or do you do stuff online?
No, I have about 3 people come over, and we have a little things on like a Friday night that light candles, and we just and we do our little prayers, and that's how it's done.
So talk to me about who the other church members are from the Church of Lucifer. What is their story? You don't have to divulge their. I mean, you don't have to tell me who they are, but I mean,
there's a couple of black guys and one Latino guy, and he comes over, and we have black roses put on, and we just light the candles, and we say our prayers, and and he brings it. We have a Latin book, which is terrible at Latin. I can't read Latin for nothing. He can read Latin. I can't. Okay.
Are these are these neighbors, or are these guys you met?
No, these somebody I know a long time ago.
And back from your performing days.
Yep.
And were they performers also?
One guy, yes, I don't want to give his name because he's well known. I don't want to give his name.
Okay. And Tom Selleck was somebody you had mentioned to me at one point. Do you still have a relationship with him?
He's cool, but now what's getting to me now, he's on YouTube. Oh, my wife, I'm loyal to my wife, I'm good to my wife. I mean, this guy is like, he's fooling himself. I don't know who he's fooling, okay?
Okay. So you had a different relationship with him, you're saying. But now you don't have a relationship with him.
I say hello to him, but I said, Tom, if you are bisexual, tell people, because I said, if you think when you're gone, it's going to keep quiet, someone's going to come up and write a book about you. It's not going to be me, but they're going to write a book about you. Trust me.
A lot of people are asking about my voice who are just dropping in now. I woke up like this. I feel fine. It's just hoarse for whatever reason. Very interesting.
Probably got it above ground, shaking everybody's hands. We saw so many rock stars there,
Yeah, could be. We were at a rock fundraiser on Monday night. It was pretty good.
Hopefully not COVID. We'll see. We'll find out.
All right, let me see what else you guys are.
We have a good amount of people here today.
Well, they love Robert.
You're killing it. You're bringing in the listeners.
Mew Mew, there's no such thing as symptoms of blood clots and heart attacks. That is not something you would be able to say to me. Symptoms of blood clots is a swollen, shiny, red, hot leg, one side, not the other, followed by chest pain and shortness of breath if the clot moves.
Don't put it in the universe.
Heart attacks is maximal 30 minutes of chest pain, after which it's not your heart. So, okay, here we go. Let's see what else is. Oh, Don, will ask him. I'm ready to. He's wide open book. He'll happily take your questions. I will relay them to him. Let's see. Have you had much conversation, Robert, with Tom or Christina?
I haven't heard from them lately because they're supposed to be here for dinner, but I guess after the COVID, everything happens,
Right. So Tom and I don't know if Christina's going to come or not, but Tom and I want to take you to dinner in New York City. Do you want to do that?
You could do that.
All right, because he wants to go like Columbus.
Get rid of that hoarse voice.
I know. He wants to go to Columbus Circle. I don't know when it's going to happen. Once COVID settles down. The people are asking about
Why Columbus Circle?
Because Per Se is there. He wants to go to Per Se.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know he had such fine taste.
Yeah.
Mm.
The song that Brendon Urie wrote about you. What do you think of that?
It's interesting.
In what way?
It's interesting, but I mean, I like it, but like out of all the people who wrote songs, somebody else wrote songs, but they're terrible. But he's not the only one, a decent one.
All right, that's good. So, Robert, I'm going to take a little break.
Here's a good question.
Oh, go ahead.
He can answer after the break.
What's the question?
Was the film Bohemian Rhapsody an accurate portrayal as party buddy Freddie Mercury?
All right.
So we'll do that after
All
the
right,
break.
so hold on. Robert Paul Champagne. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks,
Tom
darn good
Cigars and,
stuff.
and Casey for setting up this interview. We love talking to Robert. He's
Killing
always
it.
interesting. And we're going to come back with more Robert Paul Champagne after this quick break. I want to give a shout out to our good friends at Blue Mics. If you've heard my voice on this show any time over the past year, including right now, you've been listening to Blue microphones. And let me tell you, after more than 30 years in broadcasting, I don't think I have ever sounded better. But you don't need to be a pro or have a fancy studio to benefit from a quality mic. You may not realize it, but if you've been working from home or using Zoom to chat with friends, you probably spend a lot of time in front of a microphone. So why not sound your best? Whether you're doing video conferencing, podcasting, recording music, or hosting a talk show, Blue has you covered. From the USB series that plugs right into your computer to XLR professional mics like the Mouse or the Blueberry we use in the studio right now. Bottom line, there's a Blue microphone to fit your budget and need. I can't say enough about Blue mics, and once you try one, you will never go back. Trust me. To take your audio to the next level, go to drdrew.com/blue. That is drdrew.com/BLUE. Anyone who's watched me over the years knows that I'm obsessed with Hydrolyte. In my opinion, the best oral rehydration product on the market. I literally use it every day. My family uses it. When I had COVID, I'm telling you, Hydrolyte contributed to my recovery, kept me hydrated. Now, with things finally reopening back around the country, the potential exposure to the common cold is always around. And like always, Hydrolyte has got your back. Hydrolyte Plus Immunity, my new favorite, starts with their fast-absorbing electrolytes and adds a host of great ingredients. Plus, each single serving easy pour drink mix contains 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, 300 milligrams of elderberry extract. Hydrolyte Plus Immunity comes in convenient, easy to pour sticks that rapidly dissolve in water, make a great tasting drink, has 75% less sugar than your typical sports drink. Uses all natural flavors, gluten-free, dairy-free, caffeine-free, non-GMO, and even vegan. Hydrolyte Plus Immunity is also now available in ready-to-drink bottles at the Walmart next to the pharmacy. Or as always, you can find it by visiting hydrolyte.com/Dr. Drew. Again, that is HYDRALYTE.com/DRDREW. Be sure to use the code Dr. Drew 25 for a special discount. We're back with Robert Paul Champagne. I apologize for my voice. Andrew Ashkashvili just caught up on that. I woke up like this, Andrew. It's just something, I feel fine. I took a COVID test, home test. It was negative, just to be sure. And I don't know what this is, but it's one of them things. And it's for somebody who speaks for a living, it's challenging. So before the break, we were talking, Robert, about that you used to run with Freddie Mercury. Is that true?
Yeah.
And what do you think about the portrayal of his portrayal in the movie?
Not all that was true.
Was it fairly accurate?
Some was, not all.
What was he like?
Fred Mercury was very lonely. He was a person that, well, he liked sex. He was kinky. Don't get me wrong, he was kinky. But after that, he hated to be alone. He hated it.
That's interesting. Dawn on our restream is saying the club scene fell. Let's see. Oh, talking about the movie Party Monster. Dawn, I'm not quite sure what you're getting at. She's saying essentially that the party scene in New York was a great place to blow off steam. Do you agree?
Well, we haven't got it now. There's nowhere to go no more in New York. There's nothing to do.
Yeah. It's very different. It's very different. Well, now with COVID, it's
very bad.
Yeah, very bad. Are there things, once COVID settles, are there things that you are looking forward to doing that you couldn't do during COVID?
When COVID is settled, whenever it's settled,
right?
I do like to get out of here and move to a warm climate. I cannot take coldness no more.
Oh, no kidding. You've lived in New York your whole life.
I got to get something warm. Oh, please.
That's so interesting. You kind of said that to me once before, and I kind of dismissed it because I thought you were a New Yorker. You've lived there forever. What were you thinking?
Either it's Nashville or it's Texas.
Yeah. So you like those red states.
Yeah, something warm, even in California, something different out of New York.
Yeah. You're, of course, not obliged to tell me, but the group is asking if you had your vaccines.
I had 2 of them. I had the one, then I took the second one. I got sick for a week, and now I'm going to be careful. I want to go out. I don't want to get a third one.
You don't want to get a third one because how sick you got?
Yeah, I want to get a third one because I shot not one shot. Oh God, I was sick for a week, and I got over it.
Okay, Don wants to know if you knew James St. James, who apparently was a I guess one of the what do we call that? The oh shoot, what's the word I'm looking for when people dress as a woman? But anyway, a glam queen.
What thing you're talking about?
James St. James. Did you know that person?
No.
No, he says no. Don. Don evidently knew him. Let's see what else you guys.
We didn't have any coffee. So I made you some tea.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you for the tea.
Some stevia. It's just seeping.
But you used a cup. We're supposed to use
yeah, whatever.
Paper.
I'm living large.
All right. Sorry for the real time stuff here. I'm just trying to get my voice square. we're having those of you who are just coming in. We're having a flood here in our house. We had a internal pipe burst, and we can't get water to our kitchen or our bathrooms. It's just a huge mess. So. You thought you were the only one, Robert, that had a bad bathroom. Did you fix that bathroom? Did you fix that bathroom ever?
Oh, they got it fixed now. Got carpet in it. They had to fix the whole bathroom up.
You were telling me. I didn't even go in there. I didn't want to see what was going on. So you had some construction done?
Yep, majorly.
Good.
Majorly.
Did your landlord do that for you?
Well, I had to do something fast because I said I couldn't stand it. They fixed it up, and then the guy said, then they said, "Oh, you're going to stay here forever?" I said, honey, as soon as I can relocate the fuck out of here, I'm getting out of here. You could have this place. It's too much,
Are you in a
Are you
in a long-term lease there, or is it month-to-month kind of thing?
No, it's a year by year, but I'm trying to work with Casey wants to work with me. So I'm going to try to work with Casey. He's got some kind of plan, so I'm going to work with Casey. I can relocate and get out of here and try to get a decent studio. I could put a studio in and do a better show, than this house here.
All right. So speaking of that, are we going to see more of you online in the upcoming year? Are you going to get back at it with the costumes and the shows?
I'm working a lot out.
Yeah. Are you doing it already, or are you going to get back at it?
No, I've been doing it. I have to pick up some. I got to pick up some. I promise. I'm trying to work with Casey some baseball caps. I don't know. We're going to do it, but. We're supposed to be doing that. I don't know.
All right. So where can we find you? Where do you want to see? If somebody wants to see a Robert Paul Champagne performance, where do they go?
I have to find a club to go to now. I haven't got Coney Island, so I got to find some clubs to go to, and I got to get bookings.
I mean, Tom and I may take care of that. If you're interested in that, Tom and I have also talked about. Like I told you, we wanted to see your drag show too, and your cabaret performance and stuff, but. That's maybe the same evening we have dinner. We'll do all that. I can see that happening. Yeah. But online, where do people go to find you?
I go online. I go on Instagrams because you can find it on Instagrams. And then I generally put my number out on my Instagrams actually for people to talk to me, and then I can tell them where I am, basically.
Okay, I get it. So wait, no, I don't get it. So he
has an Instagram, Robert Paul Champagne,
and then
he does he goes on live. He does lives and
IG
stuff
lives.
like that.
And
he can do that.
And then people call you for like.
And then if they call me, and then if I'm going to appear somewhere, then I'll tell them by the number, and then when they call me up on the phone privately, I say I'm going to be at this so-and-so club, and that, and so we do it.
Okay, all right. And as we look forward to the upcoming year, in addition to more, people are saying Merry Christmas to RPC. So Merry Christmas, Robert Paul Champagne.
Wow.
As we look forward to the next year, What are you looking forward to doing? What can we, other than going to somewhere warm, which is going to take a while, where can we find you? What are you going to be doing? What do you look forward to different
in 2022?
Presuming that 2022 is better than 21.
2022.
Yeah,
well,
I'm leaving 21 behind.
20. I'm trying to get my own little. Well, I gotta get. If I can fix this like a studio meanwhile, I gotta get my laptop fixed, and then I'm going to do a Lucifer Layer show, and I'm going to try to interview people. Then I'm going to try to take little tours around Manhattan and different things. And
all right, I think that is brilliant. I think you with your phone, with FaceTime or with video or with Instagram Live, whatever, I think that will be hugely popular. Number one. Number two, what do you need to pull off Lucifer's Lair? Why don't we make an appeal if somebody's got equipment? What do you need?
Well, I've been asking if someone has some kind of studio we could use that we could get it set up, and I got some laptops and things done. And well, I'm good with lighting, but I'm not good with funds and stuff like that. But I'm good with lighting otherwise.
Okay, somebody just texted me. Thank you, Kristen. Rev.
Okay.
Anyway, she said that the Robert Paul champagne was canceled. His Instagram is Robert P. Champagne.
Oh, Robert P. Champagne is your Instagram.
So I did a promo for the wrong thing. So.
All right.
That's okay, no problem.
Who is Robert Paul Champagne?
That was me.
It got canceled.
Got canceled.
All right. Again, people are asking about my voice.
It's pretty
let me
cute,
say again,
though.
I woke
It's
up
funny.
like this. I feel fine. I don't
like
know what it
it.
is. It's
I like
hoarseness. Whatever.
He's got 719 followers. We need to make that 1,000. Everybody go over there and follow him.
All right. And do me a favor. Give them a tour of you shopping at Whole Foods. I think I would be fascinated by that.
I could Whole Foods, and I could take them to Food Town for Food Town.
All right. Food Town would be great. Food Town and your neighborhood too. You got an interesting neighborhood.
$10, $100 there is $1. Trust me.
Well, that's good. All right. So, Robert, it's been an interesting conversation. Susan, any last questions for you?
Okay.
Not really. I mean, hopefully you guys all get together in New York and we'll further this conversation.
Yeah, the plan is, Robert, as I see it, is we go to a nice dinner and then we set up some sort of performance that you want to do somewhere.
Don't tell mama or something.
Yeah, don't tell mamas or something. Who knows? But I think...
I went there for my birthday on 2019.
I think you're a charming man. You're you're a fascinating guy, and people love to hear from you. I know I've always got a million questions whenever I talk to you, and I do.
You do have a million questions. I didn't think you'd make it 52 minutes and 58 seconds.
Well, part of it is my voice. I'm running out of steam.
I know. I'm very happy. This has been a good birthday gift because the rest of the day sucked.
Right. Yes. Susan's not had the best birthday. But Robert, you have made
I don't have a shower, Robert. I got to go find a shower in this house.
And how you feel?
Your positive presence has...
I know. And it's fine. I'm fine. I'll live. Whatever.
Yeah. This has been an interesting birthday for Susan. And so...
I'm having a little PTSD with Drew getting a froggy throat because 1 year ago he got COVID.
If I even... Let's say I even get Delta, it will not be like that this time.
I know, honey. But then we're going to have to just hunker down for 2 weeks.
So people are very appreciative of your time, Robert. Let's see if there are any last minute questions. You guys, this is your chance to ask them on the restream. I'm watching, I'm reading.
Yeah, we didn't do the Clubhouse today because his phone's plugged into the phone, so we can't do both at the same time. We don't know if we can get
Caleb,
the
any more
sound.
questions on your end? Oh, Caleb's going to come in here, I think.
Caleb, you're throwing zingers at Caleb. He
I'm
might
just
be like
still very amazed
technically.
about how he's unimpressed with the song from Brendon Urie. Like Brendon Urie is from Panic at the Disco, one of the biggest rock stars in the world. He's just like, I guess I like it. I love this guy.
I didn't hear that.
You've been hanging out with Cher at Studio 54.
Yeah, that's true. Once you've been with Cher, it's all
amazing.
downhill.
I love it.
So yeah, what I never heard this. Can we play the song?
No, we can't.
Let's see. Let's see if I'm
We'll
gonna see if I can pull it up.
We'll get dinged. They'll take it off of YouTube. Don't.
Well, I don't know if they have. I mean, it's. Let's see.
Give 'em all you got.
Oh, it's a little loud. I don't know if you can hear it or not.
No good.
It's Susan's
We didn't
birthday
hear it.
today. Everybody wish a happy birthday. I thought you said every day is my birthday. So every day is my birthday.
They're saying my restream Robert is saying the song rips, so they like your song.
Mhm.
They like
That's good. Yeah, Robert, you know what? You've really cheered me up today. So.
All right. So good.
Okay.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you for everything. We'll see you in the city some month in the not too distant future, I hope. And,
Okay, then.
And
Okay, but
Yeah,
okay, now,
and don't be a stranger.
yeah, do you have
Okay.
anything you want to say before I let you go?
okay, now, if you want to get your throat to feel better, what I done? Now, here's what I done. When I was talking a hell of a lot,
Yeah.
I had hot tea, black, get a little bit of brandy in it, and drink it hot, and your throat will be better.
That's a good idea.
Robert, I thank you so much for that. Everyone, the great Robert Paul Champagne. I'm looking if there's any more questions.
I might go do that.
Hold on a second.
It works.
Brandy and Dutch Master, as they're saying. That's Tom Cigar's. That's Tom Cigar's prescription for me.
Yeah.
All right, Robert.
There you
We'll see
go.
you soon. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for coming in.
Okay.
I'm going to let you off the line here right now.
God bless you.
God bless Robert Paul Champagne. And God bless Tom's and Casey for setting up that contact. I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Sorry we couldn't get his visual, but
And a reminder,
no
you
issue
can
with
see him at your mom's house if you go to your mom's house, and if you become a member there. Also, check out my podcast, Dr. Drew After Dark, at your mom's house, where where it all started. Essentially,
and we're on Sirius Radio now.
And
apparently,
yep.
I don't know when does that start.
The new year.
New year.
And as far as Robert goes, I was exposed to him when I visited Tom and Christina the very first time, and they went just, "Hey, what's up with this guy?" And he was giving his famous "Try It Out" video, "Try It Out, Try It Out, Try It Out," which became hats and T-shirts and everything else. If you want to see that, it's on your mom's house. If you want to understand the legacy.
Didn't you do something on After Dark too about it?
Yeah, we did lots of Robert on After Dark, and I went and visited his house. And we've had a long relationship with Robert, and he's an intriguing young man. Oh, not so young anymore, with an intriguing life, an intriguing story, an intriguing behavior.
Well, I think it's funny that you both knew Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, and when I first encountered him, I felt bad for him. He was like he was asking for his ex-cons to come beat him up and pee on him, and I was like, this is not okay. This is not good. I worry about the guy. And then he got mad at me, and he started doing Instagram lives where he was, sort of insulting me as best he could. And I thought I didn't mean any harm by it. It didn't look good to me, Robert. And so we hammered out our differences, and now we're buddies. And,
that's so cool.
And Tom has mentioned several times he wants us to go take him to a
He was very clear and concise today. I was really impressed.
He is good when he talks. And Tom wants to take him to a white tablecloth dinner, he and I, and maybe Christina. So
it's funny. I get
that would
it.
be interesting. And a lot of people wanting to touch the camera through the fence. I see you guys.
What does that mean?
That is a Fed smoker. This is all your mom's
Is that your is the camera like instead of saying your
today is a indulgence in your mom's house?
Yeah, I know.
We appreciate that, and I want you to understand there's a whole world there you should visit. You really should visit it. If you're not from there, you should visit it. It's quite a place.
Is the camera alluding to the P word?
No. Oh. This is another large figure in the early days of your mom's house. He followed just after Robert Paul Champagne. His name is Fed Smoker.
Okay, I think.
And Fed Smoker was a really paranoid meth addict who would go up to cops and just challenge them and call them all kinds of names and tell them that they were working for the CIA or something, because he was paranoid. He was gone from meth. And at one time, he started hassling this poor old security guard through a fence. And he was going, touch my camera through the fence. Go ahead, touch my camera. Touch my camera.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
And it was a famous video. So
now we'll have to get him next.
Fed Smoker.
Casey, can you get on that?
Fed Smoker.
Casey Gates.
Fed Smoker was found dead next to his car on a highway. Another meth death.
Oh, he was?
Yes.
Oh,
he
no.
He had another famous statement, which was called feathering.
Oh, yeah. That was the hair thing.
He pulled a tooth out for everybody on live.
Oh, yeah,
Instagram.
I remember that. Oh, God.
And he also cut his hair by lighting it on fire.
That's true.
He called it feathering, just feathering it. And so ever since then,
I feathered Drew's hair yesterday.
We've all been feathering it ever since. And so
I saw a feather today.
It was, and he was, the idea that he could have been helped with treatment and whatnot drives me a little crazy.
Maybe the feather that fell out of the sky was fed smoker.
Maybe it was an allusion to feathering it, Susan.
Exactly.
Today, you need to keep feathering.
I was feathered.
No. It's keep feathering.
I need to keep feathering.
Yes, you do.
I need to let go of all this bad juju.
Oh my God. So the Restream is filled now with classic Your Mom's House aphorisms. So coming up in May was an old man who looked just like Ed Asner. And Susan saw this video.
Yeah, I did. Casey sent it to me. Is he going to get him next?
She very nearly threw up. He died also.
Oh, no.
But he was having his way with himself with a young man on the other end. Okay. And he was so pleased with the appearance of that young man. He said, "Oh, you bet I'll be coming up in May," because he wanted to see him. And but he was old. And so that was Ed. We just called him Ed Asner for short.
Maybe he sent the waterfall into my dining room this week.
Maybe Fed Smoker and Ed Asner got together. They were feathering it and just wanted
to just want to say hi, happy birthday.
And here's a little spritz for you.
I'm about ready to go sprinkle some salt around the dining room.
Let's see what's going on.
But they're good spirits. They mean well.
Thank you, Wiz Chris. That seems to be what I have. Let's see. Any other questions?
How's Annie and his poops?
Stop calling me daddy. So that's another one that is.
That one's funny.
It's a more recent one. Keep feather, brother. That's right. Troll.
I saw the stop calling me daddy guy.
So I don't know how many of you saw the live show, Your Mom's House live show, but I will be discussing the most recent live show with Joe Rogan on the Your Mom's House podcast, because it was, Mrs. Pinsky was an epic view.
Wait, what? You're going to do what?
Epic. And I will talk about it there.
The one that was with Joe Rogan. I think you're not going to be on with Joe Rogan.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
The one with Joe Rogan that we were trying to watch as we drove somewhere was an epic viewing ship.
I watched it. We'll talk about it. And there was
will I be joining for a live show?
Definite reaction.
If they invite me. There's a lot that goes into those live shows. I was in one, and the last one I was in, I actually spoke to Robert Paul Champagne. That was the last time I talked to him.
That's crazy.
So. All right. Am I going on Rogan soon? I don't know.
You don't call and ask. We're waiting for her to get the invite.
Okay, let me see.
You got to smoke some pot, and so you can't go until your throat's better.
Okay, old timer. They don't call it pot anymore. They call it weed.
I know. Whatever. I'm old.
All right. Let's wrap this thing
weed,
up.
Devil's lettuce.
Caleb. What's that, Caleb?
We call it the devil's lettuce now.
Devil's lettuce. Okay, fair enough. I'm really hip now.
Really?
Joe Exotic.
We do too in this house. We had a bad experience this week with that.
Joshua, I talked to Joe Exotic. We got to get his prostate cancer treated. He needs more definitive care than he's getting.
We should probably get him.
And it was sort of interesting to me what limited care they offered him was not good. So
I wonder if he'd call in.
I'm trying to help him out with that. That's up to the attorney.
Yeah.
What's his name? John Phillips, whom we also interviewed. You can find that interview here a couple weeks ago. All right, I got to let this voice cool out, guys.
I know.
Happy birthday!
You did a good job, honey.
Happy birthday, Susan. Tomorrow,
I have a plumber up in the attic of my closet, so I got to go see how the waterworks are going.
We'll be coming up in May. Into the attic.
And then next week we get to saw into the side of the house and see if we can fix it so I can get water back in my bathroom.
Caleb is showing happy birthday cards to you.
I'm having spiritual experiences in my bathroom this week.
She can't focus on it, Caleb. She's too busy thinking about the plumber.
I'm telling you, I'm getting happy birthdays from the whole family up there.
All right, we are going to be in again tomorrow. I hope I have a voice tomorrow. At least I don't think it'll be this bad, but we'll see. Because with Anna Del Barber, who's an EMDR specialist, and we're talking about training EMDR to get to deploy into at-risk populations. We're going to hear about her new initiative. I thought it was very important what she was doing, and so I asked her to come on here. I just want to get the word out about it. I don't
get that hoarse voice.
And I don't think you will. I
don't know. Should I just sleep on this side of the house tonight?
I don't know. It's up to you. We'll discuss these things. Unless you want to have it out right here. Should we talk about it right here for everybody?
COVID.
We can talk about it. If it's COVID, that would be awesome, frankly, because this is not bad. This is nothing. I would like to gain that Omicron.
With the Omicron, how fast is the recovery?
Very quick. very quick.
Because I know.
In fact, there are going to be let me tell a couple COVID things before I go. They're thinking about adjusting the isolation time, the quarantine time, to just until your test goes negative, which is, they're saying, is like 3-4 days. So there's that. Unfortunately, there are no tests available. It's impossible to get the test now. The government says they're going to send out 500,000 tests. They can't get them.
500 million.
500 million, I beg your pardon. They can't get them.
For free.
Number 3, that's 1, 2, 3. Number 3, Omicron has been very difficult. It's not, the home tests have not been super reliable with Omicron, I've noticed. The timing of when they go positive, if they go positive. I have seen people who were known exposure to Omicron, sick 4 days later, test negative the whole time, and we're better in 24 hours. So it may be that it's in and out of the system so quickly that the window of opportunity to be able to test it in a home test is so narrow that we're missing it. So I'm worried about that. But, be that as it may, those are the kinds of things that are flying right now. And Andrew Ashkashvili, if you're still here, Paxlovid is out. Paxlovid was approved today, hopefully available, I hope, tomorrow. So if people get Delta, they can, and if they have any risk issues, they can start on the Paxlovid. This is going to change everything. This should make this whole thing not a big deal. It really should. And the fact that anybody is there still panicking you is sort of remains disgusting as it ever was. So, all right. Thank you, Caleb, for producing this. Tomorrow, Angela Barber, Susan, thank you and happy birthday. And we will see everyone tomorrow at 3:00.
There's an artery that goes right along in here. Sorry, I'm tickling his
foot. Eddie, what does it feel like to have Dr. Drew caressing your footsie like that?
Sorry. Let me use my mouth. Let me see. Hold on.
We're done. We're done. We're done. I quit. I'm out.
Ask Dr. Drew is produced by Caleb Nation and Susan Pinsky. As a reminder, the discussions here are not a substitute for medical care, diagnosis, or treatment. This show is intended for educational and informational purposes only. I am a licensed physician, but I am not a replacement for your personal doctor, and I am not practicing medicine here. Always remember that our understanding of medicine and science is constantly evolving. Though my opinion is based on the information that is available to me today, some of the contents of this show could be outdated in the future. Be sure to check with trusted resources in case any of the information has been updated since this was published. If you or someone you know is in immediate danger, don't call me, call 911. If you're feeling hopeless or suicidal, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-8255. You can find more of my recommended organizations and helpful